Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, greetings, everybody. No, that's not a that's not a sound effect. That's real life thunder and rain going on right now. So, what can we say? Make that a perfect time for an update. Am I right? Yeah. So, why not make it a horror update? Yeah, why not? So with that, let's not waste any time. We got lots of stuff to go through. We got some DVDs, as well as some Blu-Rays, and one little tiny 4K. So with that, let's not waste any time. Let's see what we got right here in the media files. Okay, welcome back. So, what can I say? Gotta love a good, good scary movie, am I right? So, let's get through the DVDs first, shall we? Okay, so, first one we've got here. I'll leave the top one for last for the DVDs. So, we got here, I had several of these at just, most of these obviously at pawn shops or, disc replay or what have you. But shall I say, I've been kind of somewhat, starting to collect some of the Shutter releases that have been slowly been coming out and whatnot onto physical media. The fact, I love a good horror film and whatnot, but, I'm kind of more interested now in seeing some of the newer stuff that's coming out. We're not talking about, like, Obsession or something like that. We're talking about stuff that's, on the exclusively released on, the streaming server. And no, I don't have a subscription to that. I don't really want to pay for it. So I'd much rather would just, buy the DVD and see if I like it or not. Alright, so first one we've got here, this has no bonus material on it. Some of them have bonus material, some of them do not. But, shall we say, what can we say? It, according to Backseat Mafia, written on the back here, says, defies expectations and keeps you guessing until the end. Yeah, so here we have a film entitled Party Hard, Die Young. Yeah, like I said, I don't know, it just seemed interesting, just given the whole neon, aspect, look of stuff, and, yeah, little Shutter, advertisement there. So, but I mean, a couple of these movies I have that they have here on the back, I've got that already. Like, for example, I've got Mandy already as well, and but I think it's three, as mentioned, that Three from Hell is a Shudder exclusive. Came out before that. Anyways, but yeah, sounds interesting. So why not give it a shot? Not one of those, teen party hard, type of horror films. So there we go. All right, so then up next, we have here a release from Anchor Bay. Now, I don't know if this is really... I mean, this must be a newer film because it has Greg Grunberg, who I think is one of J.J. Abrams' best friends. He's Snap Wexley from Star Wars. But hey, what can I say, though? It also co-stars Xena herself, Lucy Lawless. Yeah, we've got a movie here called The Dark Room, yeah, and it may look really dark and stuff, but that's actually the slipcover, yeah, which is really cool. Look at that. How awesome is that? Really cool with the graphic slipcover there. And there's the front cover of that. A little creepy, but see what evil develops. It's got some pretty cool bonus material here with this. Also, apparently co-stars Ellie Cornell from Halloween 4. Sweet. Definitely check this out now. I found this at the mom and pop store for like $2, by the way. So it's in widescreen. The Dark Room Exposed, the making of featurette, audio commentary with writer-director Mike Hurt and writer-producer Mark A. Altman, and deleted scenes. Yeah, there's actually a typo in this, if you actually believe it or not. So the audio commentary here. So as you can, if you know, I'll put a picture of this up here, which is better. So if you kind of notice on there, it says, by Mike Hurt. The director's last name is Hurst. Mike Hurst. A typo there. Oops. I don't know how that got through, but, like they always tell you in school, make sure you double check your spelling. Anyways, so then up next we have here a movie released from the IFC Midnight series. I've heard good things about this movie, but I've never seen it. But when you use the font that Stranger Things is is known for using, obviously that's gonna catch your eye a little bit. What can we say? According to Heather Wixon from the Daily Dead, glorious, over the top, and blood drenched. Yeah, press play and pray. Yeah, so here we have a movie called Beyond the Gates. Yeah. Like I said, it just sounded interesting. So, plus also apparently it's a Scream Factory release too. So I'm like, all right, that'll go in the Scream Factory section. Sweet. We actually have Barbara Crampton from Reanimator in here. Awesome. Cool. I've not actually watched that movie forever. I need to repurchase that. I need to get the upgrade that movie, by the way. Anyways. So we have audio commentaries with director Jackson Stewart, actress Barbara Crampton, and the cast and crew. Behind the scenes featurette, deleted scenes, theatrical trailer, retro Beyond the Gates commercial. That's awesome. And more. Yeah, I gotta love the always and more, right? What can we say? Looks pretty cool. Oh, awesome. That's cool. It's got this photo of it's like a board or something like that, but yeah, kind of reminds you a little bit of Clue, right? Like a whodunit type of thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it actually has artwork on the disc too. That's cool. Okay, on to the Blu-rays. So, first one we've got here. Well, it's not really a horror film, but what can we say? It's directed by one of the greatest horror film directors of all time. Going into the Scream Factory section, of course, we have the original Blu-ray release of one of my absolute favorite films, out of, this. Now, I do have the Steelbook edition, and I do have the 4K edition, but you know what? Damn it, I don't care. Because I love this movie so much. It's just freaking awesome. I mean, come on. It's a Carpenter classic. It's a Kurt Russell classic. No, it's not The Thing. It's the other movie. Yeah, Escape from New York. Yeah, how awesome is that? What can we say? Thank you, Mom and Pop Store. $3. So there you go. How awesome was that? Alrighty, then up next we got here, let's see, a couple of other movies here. We've got here a movie from another Shudder. This time on Blu-ray, and this is pretty hard to find. And the funny thing is, I saw this exact same movie at Disc Replay on DVD. They wanted like $12 or $14 for the DVD or something. And so, upon looking at what they had sitting on their cart, I kind of spotted this title. I was like, huh, really? The Blu-ray for $6? Why not? And yes, I left the tag on there because it's, what can we say? It's going to go into my horror Christmas section. Yeah. No, it's not Black Christmas. It's not that one. But, shall we say, according to Bloody Disgusting, a new gory tradition for genre fans each holiday season. Deliciously bloody. Yeah. So we have here, with the slipcover, mind you, and we are unopened. For $6 for an unopened movie from Shudder, there you go. We've got Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Yeah. So look at that. I kid you not. See? $6. Can't beat that. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the sticker off of here, since I showed you the price. Because usually that movie I've seen on eBay, sometimes they want $20 for this or that for it. And I'm like, I'd much rather pay under 10. So I'd much rather pay 6. So there we go. And like I said, it literally is not opened. Original still in shrink wrap. There we go. Alrighty, so we have behind the scenes of Christmas Bloody Christmas, the effects of Christmas Bloody Christmas, and the cast of Christmas Bloody Christmas. Okay, so there we go. Alrighty, then up next we've got here one of the more newer films. Now, I have not seen part one of the new trilogy yet, obviously. But of course, I remember when the first movie came out and how awesome that was, because it was shot with cameras that us, upcoming, people who were inspired to become, the next generation of filmmakers or YouTubers or what have you. Hey, let's just shoot the whole thing with consumer cameras. Okay. Of course, I'm talking about, the film 28 Days Later. That's a great movie. The sequel was pretty decent. Let's wait almost 20 years to do the other one. But we've got here the second film in the trilogy. We have 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Yeah, how cool is that? There we go. That's much better lighting. So, how awesome is that? Not seen this yet, obviously, because I need to watch 28 years later, the first one. And yeah, looking forward to watching that, and then as well as the third movie, whenever that comes out. So we have commentary with director Nia DaCosta, behind the scenes, New Blood, The Director and the Devil, and Beneath the Rage, deleted scene, and infected takes, bloopers. Okay, there we go. Then up next, we've got here another Scream Factory release. This is actually one of those double features, which, thankfully I found this at the mom and pop store for $3 measly little bucks. We've got TerrorVision and The Video Dead. Yeah. So, which is great, because both, great, you got both movies on, way back in the day, on Blu-ray and DVD, and they're loaded with extras. So how cool is that? So we've got for TerrorVision, we have audio commentary with writer-director Ted Nicolau and actors Diane Franklin and John Grease. Monster on Demand, the making of TerrorVision, an all-new retrospective with writer-director Ted Nicolau. Stars Diane Franklin and Mary Woodruff and Ann Patrick Williams. Special makeup effects artist Clive Hall. And executive producer Charles Band. And composer Charles Band and others. Producer and poster and still gallery. And then for The Video Dead, we have audio commentary with writer, producer, director Robert Scott, editor Bob Sarles, and makeup effects creator Dale Hall Jr. Audio commentary with stars Roxana Augustin and Patrick Denver. Rocky Duvall, production manager Jacques Themelique, and makeup assistant Patrick Denver. Pre-record Dead, an interview with makeup effects creator Dale Hall Jr. and makeup assistant Patrick Denver. Behind the scenes still gallery and poster and still gallery. So yeah, there we go. Now I will say, upon this video, if I lose power, I apologize. Way in advance. Not my fault. Alright, so speaking of haunted classic movies here, this movie obviously needs no introduction by now, but in my opinion, if you really want to get both versions of the movie, this is the edition you want to get, because what can we say, let's just, go into a creepy, cold, atmospheric bedroom where you have a 12-year-old girl possessed by the devil, and you got Max von Sydow in there just constantly repeating, "The power of Christ compels you." And what is the girl doing? Right? Moaning, grunting, all that stuff. But what can we say? Still, one of the absolute creepiest films of all time. Still, over half a century later, still creepy and still very effective to this day. Of course, I'm talking about the 3-disc edition of William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. Yeah. Now, this edition that I have here contains not only the extended director's cut, which you can find individually, But it does contain, for the first time, at least as far as this release went when it came out, the original theatrical version, which I don't think was ever actually, I think the only time it was released on DVD, I think was the 25th anniversary special edition, which I still have. But what can we say, though? Brilliantly directed by William Friedkin. I mean, what can we say? All right, so disc 1 is the unrated director's cut. Disc 2 is the original theatrical version. And then disc 3 has just a couple of special features on it. But we have here Beyond Comprehension, William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. 40 years after his novel was published, The Exorcist's author and screenwriter and producer returns to where it all began. And then we have Talk of the Devil, never before seen documentary with Father Eugene Gallagher. While at Georgetown University, William Peter Blatty heard about a true case of possession from Father Eugene Gallagher. At the time the film the film came out, the priest talked at length about exorcism, the true story, and about Blatty. Okay. Well, as you can clearly see, the original theatrical version, of course, we have Reagan there, played greatly, of course, by Linda Blair. Then, of course, we have, there of a father out there with the house, great shot, and, of course, the bonus disc. So, there we go. Creepy movie. Still to this day. Alrighty, so speaking of creepy movies that I've actually never seen before, this one I haven't. And thank you, Mom and Pop Store, for having this on there for $3 measly little bucks. Yep. I love hitting that Mom and Pop Store. You never know what they're going to get. So this was released from VCI Entertainment. So we have the 30th anniversary edition. I don't know. I'm not sure if this was a made for I don't know if this was made for TV or if it was shown on TV or whatever. But I think there's a second movie made, I think. But here we have a movie called, according to Vincent Price, Marvelous. I Was Terrified. So we have here Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Yeah, you gotta love that old school painted poster artwork. How awesome is that? And I'm like, oh, okay, that looks pretty cool. Never heard of it, but all right. Apparently it has co-stars Larry Drake from Darkman, who, is Durant. I think he also Dr. Giggles, I think? I can't remember. Or he may have been in Dr. Giggles. I don't know. Creepy movie with that one anyway. So we have some pretty cool bonus material here. So we have new production documentary, new Q&A with Larry Drake and Tanya Crow and DJ Feigelson, new rebroadcast promo, new behind-the-scenes photo gallery, writer-director commentary, CBS Network world premiere promo, and English and Spanish subtitles. Okay. Yeah. Okay, one of the best for made television horror films ever made. Okay. Like I said, I've never seen this, so we'll see how it is. So there we go. Alrighty, so then up next, obviously being a giant Jason, fan, as well as Michael Myers and, Freddy Krueger, all that. I found this at Disc Replay one day, and I'm like, you never see stuff like this, and this is such a limited edition release that it was only available through Kickstarter, because this is a fan film. Yeah, more thunder. Anyways, so here we have from Die Hard, Friday the 13th fan, and of course the creator of Won't Stop Films, Vicente Donasi. We've got here Never Hike Alone, the Ghost Cut. Yeah. Now, obviously, you can watch these, on their YouTube channel, Womp Stomp Films. But it's kind of great that it actually still has the little slip in there, of course, with Vicente's, with his signature there. So, how cool is that? When it comes to bonus content, which is pretty cool, It's very dark and it's very red, so it's kind of hard to see. As you could probably tell, yeah, it's pretty dark and kind of red, so kind of hard to see with the lighting that I have. Anyway, excuse me. So we have Never Hike Alone, the Ghost Cut presented in high definition and stereo sound. Never Hike Alone, the Ghost Tapes, bonus short film featuring Oddest of the Odd. So your Ghost Files, an exclusive interview with writer and director Vicente Donasi. Or DeSanti? Yeah, DeSanti. Commentary with Tom Matthews, Vincent Gustafaro, Andrew Letty, and Vicente DeSanti. Diehard fans should know who that guy is, right? And special fan commentary featuring Jake Barnes, Rebecca DeJoseph, and Sean Kelly. Awesome. Huh. Tom Matthews, huh? Huh. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. Alrighty. And then the last thing that we have here on Blu-ray. So, as I was trying to say earlier, which I thought was a DVD because the box is, or rather the, shall I say, the casing is the size length of the DVD. This is a Blu-ray. And this was done exclusively on Dark Sky Films website. They only had so many of them. And I kid you not, I found this at Disc Replay. $2. You know how I know it's $2? Because the tag's still on here. On top of that, whoever bought this never even opened it. We're still sealed. Because I know if Christian watches this, he may appreciate this. What can we say? You know, with him, of course, being a diehard horror fan, of this franchise as well. But here we have, I kid you not, $2, people. Chain Reactions. Yeah. Of course, this is a really awesome documentary about several folks' love, 5 great artists of their love for the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I kid you not. I'm not lying right there. Look at that. $2. And we're still sealed. Yeah. Talk about one hell of a steal, am I right? So featuring, of course, featuring Patton Oswalt, Takashi Miike, Alexandria Heller Nichols, legendary writer Stephen King, and Karen Kasuma, who, of course, she first directed the Aeon Flux movie, but she went on to do some really other good movies. Including a movie with Nicole Kidman called Destroyer, which is fantastic, by the way. Through really memories, experiences, and childhood trauma. So this thing is loaded with 3 discs. So we have, for disc 1, we have the feature film plus bonus features, including the Chain Reactions, commentary with writer-director Alexandre O. Philippe, or it could be Felipe, I don't know. Texas Chainsaw Massacre outtakes, theatrical trailer. For disc 2, bonus disc, we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 5 different editions and or other stuff, which is really cool. So we have the 16mm overscan print, the 16mm barbecue edition print, the 35mm grindhouse print, the 1984 K-Tel Australian VHS, the K-Tel Australian trailer, and then for disc 3, featuring, of course, the original movie again, we have the 1981 Wizard Video VHS, the 1987 bootleg Czechoslovakian VHS, the 1978 Super 8mm print via Ivor Film Services, and the 1980s Slovakian Betamax version. Yeah. Now, I believe most of these are not the full-length movie. I think some of them are, if memory serves me right, some of these are roughly about only maybe 15 to maybe 30 minutes in length because of the prints that they're on, or that's all that they was able to salvage, or whatever it is due to various people owning various editions over the years. But yeah, what can I say though? $2, you really can't beat that at all. So there you go. All right, and then finally the 4K. So I bought this a while ago when Amazon was having their big old Amazon sale, and hopefully one day I will get a copy of Barbarian on physical media. Maybe I should have pre-ordered it, but I'm like, well, you never know when people are going to get rid of stuff. So maybe I'll wait until I find it out in the wild at some point. But here we have from director Zach Krieger. We've got here on 4K, at least I think it's Zach Krieger. Hang on, let me check. Yep. We've got here on 4K Weapons. Yeah. I only paid, what was it? I think I only paid $8 for this on 4K, so, you can't beat that. So we have director Zach Krieger making horror personal. Weaponize, the cast of Weapons, and Weapons, Texture of Terror. All right. Looks like another one of those creepy, kid type of movies. But like I said, I know a lot of people are really enjoyed this movie, and from what I hear, it's really good. So we will see how this is in glorious 4K resolution. Oh yeah, how cool is that? Alrighty, well, with that unknown, with that storm creeping in, it sounds like it finally died off. With that, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and that notification button, leave a comment down below. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Have a scary day, people. See ya.